Welcome back to Space Engineers. I am the Blind Gaming Guy, and this is my current playthrough of Round and Round We Go on Pertam. Now, on Tuesday, we were interrupted when I had a doctor's call in the middle of my stream, which, well, caused me to run. That said, we are going to change a little bit of the work we did. Oh, I can't wait for that motherboard to show up. My motherboard should be here hopefully later today, and I can stop playing on a potato. Which will make everything better for everybody. Because we won't have to deal with that blurry saw anymore. It's driving me bonkers. Now, I know I was building that off of my blueprint last week, which, good idea. But I want to move these out from where they were on the blueprint. And the reason is, I still have that on. So we're going to have to get rid of those. And do it again. Sorry. I put creative mode on so I didn't die at startup today. Alright, let's try again. I want to move it out because that way I risk claying less. I say that because anyone who's played this game knows that you risk claying enough, claying will claim your creations. And I can say, based off of my playthrough I'm doing on Twitch, my claying, I managed to get through that playthrough earlier despite building a very large crane with 0 claying. So odds are claying will find me soon. So if I'm going to face claying soon, I am going to do so doing everything in my power to avoid him. All the notches going the same way. Have to build out all the pieces of this. Face that direction. Yeah, I should be able to let me get it on there. Yes. Alright. Now that will give us our grinders. Let's do this. Let's go and stick a battery. there, and there. Oh, I know what happened. There we go. The other thing, I think we're going to have to rearrange this guy a bit. I have so much kelp production here, but I'm drowning on power. Even with the size of this, I cannot create enough power. So I'm thinking these are going to have to go away to make more of these. But that's not the task we're currently working on. Some gyros. Sorry for doing that, clearing my throat in your ear. Typically with gyros, I'm really careful to make sure they all face the same direction. And normally I'm careful to make sure they're all facing forward direction. But since I'm mounting these sideways, it's more important that they all face the same direction than that they face... I mean, I could have pushed them all facing down, I could have faced them all, but as long as they're all facing the same direction, I can use the overrides if I need to. When you start mixing and matching is when overrides start becoming dicey. Alright, that's 6 gyros for a vehicle of this size. That is a lot of gyro. So, I don't think we're going to worry about gyro. Though it is going to be heavy. Maybe we should go ahead and put another row in. No, I don't want to put another row. I think, should I do that? No, I'll put that one too. I think we'll just fill that in with some light armor blocks. Protect them if I bump the ground too hard. Which I probably will do. Sorry. Now, we need a way to fly this thing. And I like to use the industrial cockpit, especially for things like miners, because that way you can see so much more when you're mining. Oh, I'm using the wrong color of blue. Let's fix that. There we go. That's all the same color. Well, all the main grid is. Now it's all the same color. Now, how do we want... If these are going to fold down, I don't have the issues I did last time of trying to make a match folding up and over. I can just fold them up. One thing we did see last time, that was with 6, and it was with just 2 hinges. Because we were debating whether or not we should do large hinges to lift them up and over, as opposed to staying with small hinges. Oh, remember what I said about being careful inviting Clang? I just had a really dumb idea, and I'm going to do it and invite the Clang. Why not? Invite Clang to the party on a flying machine. Why not? By the way, inviting Clang to the party is the main reason you don't do this kind of a build. Hold on. I'm trying to decide. So if we fold both of these forward, which I did not check. If they're even both going the same direction, that could be really bad with what I had in mind. Yeah, fortunately they are heading in the same direction. Lower limit 88, velocity -1. 88, -1, okay. Some parts. Two, 3, 4. One more puts me out in front. Actually, I don't need to go out in front, do I? There. Yeah, I know, I just changed my mind again. I do that a lot. Especially when you start building really complicated machines. Which this is. Okay, lower limit 88 degrees, velocity -1, go. Same thing here. Lower limit 88 degrees, velocity -1, go. straight across. There, that hinge part.
Energy low.
That's going to be critical for what I'm doing. I need just the hinge part. And come on, hinge. I hit attach. Okay, now that should be all one grid and all attached. Why does that matter? This is where inviting Clang to the party has to come. If I had tried to do it together, well, if I don't keep them at the exact same speed, going in the exact same direction, it will cause all kinds of phantom forces. And phantom forces in a flyer means uncontrolled flight in bad directions. Yeah, that's what it means. The advantage of doing it this way, though, is that I now have twice the hinge strength for lifting up and putting down. Again, it's imperative that these two go in the exact same direction, at the exact same speed at all times, or boom. And not little boom, big boom. Big insta destroyed the whole ship boom. Not the rover, but the miner. Miner, salvage, or utility ship. What do you want to call it? Over here's only at 93. That one. And I missed a... There, got it. Now comes the drills. Hopefully, this time they'll actually work. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Yes, that's true. The thing is, that lines it up precisely with the outside edge of that grinder, which will let this go through, let it all slide through the gap. Only just. But also leads us too wide to not put one in the middle. See? So we have to now go here. That brings us even on the cross there. And that brings us even across. What worries me is this gap. Because we are really pushing that line. I almost think we would be better off dropping these one. I think we would be, actually. Oh, great. Never mind. Just fill up on them, because we have a bunch to weld. Big issue I see with trying to bring it down some is I don't want to block the entire first-person view. While I rarely fly from first person, I do like doing it, especially when I'm mining. Because it's the one time when the first-person view can really show you things that the third person can't. Alright. Alright, I'll lower these one block. Which actually would be a big issue, considering how we disconnected across if we hadn't already done the bottom. Fortunately, the bottom is still holding this as a single grid, so I don't have the issues of inviting Clang too hard to the party again. Ooh, that might be too close. It might cause Clang. Won't know for sure, but we're gonna try it. We'll try it either way. Alright, we're going to try reversing these two hinges. So far, no problem. Try to invert it here in just a second. Want to get all the way there and stopped. Alright. Reverse. No problem. Okay. There's our drills. Forget. I need to eat. Okay, now. How to make this fly. Thrusters. Keep in mind the way we did this, certain things are hard locked on size. Otherwise, it won't be able to go through the hole it mines when it drills. That's right, it's hard locked on size. That in height and width. Only length can we keep going. And even that comes at certain risks. So I think in reverse here, or in forward, not the most important of directions. I mean, it's an important one, don't get me wrong. But when it comes to a miner, the direction that's far most important is up and down. It's gotta be able to lift itself up. And it's gonna be heavy. It's gonna be really heavy. Oh, show me it already. What on earth? Oh, I know what's trying to build. It tried to build a large atmospheric thruster. On large grid. We are going to give this thing lots of upthrust. Six large thrusters ought to be way more than enough. I say that, but truth be told, it probably is not more than enough. Do I have a cockpit on here already? Yes, okay. Turn that off or it will continue to rattle around and be annoying. Because it's trying to dampen the entire rover. And 6 small grid large thrusters are not enough to dampen the movement of a large grid rover with however much is on this large grid rover. That's just not going to happen.
Meteor storm inbound.
Meteor storm inbound. Great. Now then, how do we want to get thrusters going that direction? We do have some space right here. Can I attach them to the side of the cockpit? The sci-fi atmospheric thrusters. I can attach them to the cockpit. Under the circumstances, it will be far easier if we do it in here like this. So let's go hinge. I can't see anything. Why did I do that? Hinge. This one and this one are the grill hinges. Save. These are the grinder hinges. Save. All three of those get set to velocity -1. Hold on. First. Lower limit. -88 degrees. Blink. Now, velocity. -1. Blink. There we go. These two we ever try turning that off, see, because it didn't seem to have any real effect on the speed, on how well it moved. So we're gonna hope it continues not to have an effect and go from there. All right. What is it attaching to right here? Dang it, I did it again. Oh well. The thing is, I don't know what it's attached to. It's attached. The hinge is part of the issue. It's having issues with the hinge. Yikes. Alright. I am going to fill that in with hinges, or with thrusters. We're just going to be able to fly it first, so we can't do that yet. I have thrusters in enough directions. Okay. Can I get away with just doing this? Right here? Where does it stick out? I really worry about going out even that one block. This has more thrust than 9 of the littles.
Fuel low.
If I come out that extra one,
Fuel critical.
balancing, weighing and balancing. What is the right option to do? And the worst part is we won't actually know if we did it right until we go out and try to use it. Alright, so we'll go around to the other side and do the same thing here. That. I keep forgetting I got that set up already. We'll go with a large flat mow right here. Large flat mower right there, and in the exact same spot. Ah, crud. I got the support coming from the bottom. Okay, and that's got thrusters going in that direction. Now we just need thrusters going this direction. I could go with large atmo here in the middle, and then do it again down here. To get some that direction. Do some out here, get a little bit of shape to it. Get 4 here, I think. One there, one there, one there, and one there. Got a little bit of a diamond shape going here, considering that this is mostly going to be a brick, and there is a point for the brick, or there's a reason for the brick, and that is whatever we make has to be able to fly through a hole drilled by those 6 drills. So it's long and skinny, so it can fit through its own drill hole. And yes, there are other ways to build a drill rig or a drill boat or drill ship that does not fall into the same category of bulk blocky this does, but I'm kind of leaning into the brick for a reason. And that is ideally, which this one most likely will not, ideally, not only would it fit down its own mining tunnel, when in right click, when in left click it would just slide right through the same hole too. But I do not see how that's going to be possible for this particular vessel. Now, it has gotten so dark. another battery. Do a warfare and get the... Oh, bloody wonderful. Radiation
low.
storm. Well, maybe we should go farm. I'm gonna kill myself trying to get back here, though. Good grief. Alright, let's see what seeds we have. Green seeds, vegetable seeds, fruit seeds. I have so much kelp. Seed, seed, seed. Okay, so the seeds I have the fewest of. I have 10 vegetables, 10 fruit. Do I have any greens anywhere else? There's green. Actually, we're doing pretty even on all of our... So we have 2, 4, 6, 12. Do 4 of each. Still yet to find mushrooms, but as you can see, we are making progress on, and we got everything else taken care of. Alright. Oh, I need, that's the one I wanted. Still want to get rid of these three. 10 health over 10 seconds. Or 22 food over 10, 48 food. 48 food it is. Protect my my food at all costs. There we go. Now, I know my front thrusters are not finished. I have tons of back, I have tons of up. We should be good in every direction, except forward. The reverse, I mean. So G. C-O-N-N. Too hard to do it that way. Let's just go with K, C-O-N-N. Insect connector. Unlock. Oh, that's what I need to do. G groups, grinder hinges. Oh, where's reverse? Drill hinges, reverse. At the moment, we just want the 9. We just want these hinges to reverse. Oh, great. G. Switch lock. Four is not going to be enough, but at least it gets those in there. Flip these around so that I can fix them correctly, so they won't do that again. These should never go above 0. Now what this thing needs more than anything else at this point is batteries. There is no way I have enough battery on here. Which is why I wanted to do that. Yeah, I won't be put those in there again. I'm not saying steel plate's my issue. And down. Can I get that to slide in there now? I can. Again, it's not enough thrust. Not enough thrust, but it's a really good start. And a couple places I can put thrust. Reverse, anyway. And what? Now I gotta get batteries. Batteries are could be my Achilles heel at the moment. You know what, though? Batteries will fit right there. Control G. Not Control G. Let me set them right here on top of these thrusters, I think. If I rotate them down one. No. Too tall. They're too tall. If we get rid of this thruster. Are you still attached? Okay, yeah. Okay. Instead, put a battery where that one was. Matter of fact, where that's set them so that they go like that and like that. No, because it's a 3 wide, not a 2 wide. You have to go like that and like that to get 2 on. Right. It gives me what? 2, 3, 4, 5? 5 batteries on there now? That's enough to give me a chance. And it's nighttime, so let's go to bed. Fully depleted before the stream ends. Great! I am going to have to... Oh, I am running my engine. I'm running my engine and having that much trouble? Ooh, we're in trouble. We're in big trouble. H2 is empty, or the gas tank is empty. I have tons of ice though, right? Yeah, 3,000 kilograms. So I'm not short on iron. Short on power. So... let's fix it. It's not... it's not a sexy solution to the problem. Whoa! There, and what does that do for my batteries? Fully recharged in 4. So now we are actually moving in the right direction. Okay, K. BATT. I want just these ones. Call it a utility. Yep. Batteries. Save. And flip them onto recharge. Hopefully, all said and done, we won't really be in trouble with battery power. Which I could still be. I could be in a lot of trouble. Find out soon enough, I'm guessing. That thing falls on our head, we'll know. Excuse me. Truth is, other than greebling and weight checking, it would have been nice if I could put it right there. Instead, we'll go like that. I need some of these, and I need a vent. Several vents, or several of these, and only one vent. There we go. Now that will give me plenty of reverse thrust. I did, however, lose some of my forward thrust, but we can get that back real quick too, because all it was this. I really don't like it looking that way, so let's take that back off. Instead, I did not do that. Really?
Inventory full.
Don't tell anybody, right?
Inventory full.
two over here? Oh, okay, these two actually were out even. I see what I did. Pull these two out. And shove these two back. Look at that. I think 4 of those is equal to one of these. I have a hard time with some of the conversions on. The only thing I am worried about is that there's not a whole lot of side thrust yet. And to get side thrust, I'm not entirely sure where I would put it. If there's a spot here to put it, unfortunately, there's not a spot to connect it. I have to connect it off of the top of here. Maybe, hold on, I got an idea. It's silly, but it's an idea.
Low.
Solid block. Oh, I can't do it. Move it so I can get to where I can see better. I think you see what I'm trying to do there. I'll have to fly the utility ship out of the way, though, out from underneath the, before I can finish it. Make it look like a little strut sticking off the side there. That'll get me a lot better. Don't just look like they're hung and they're just floating. Maybe if I come, I think it needs to come out right there. 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 There? Oh, I got it. I need some steel plate. I got it done on this side, so I can figure it out on the other side now. be able to get it all welded from this side. Or did I? I did get it all. Kind of gives it a nice little diagonal strut look to it. So it kind of looks really sharp. Might be the sharpest attachment on this whole thing. Not counting hinges. The hinges are pretty good. Alright. Do I have ice anywhere around me? I do. So we can go and check this thing out, mining ice. With full batteries. So let's go check it out. Alright. For starters, that can't be there. It can't. Groups. Utility ship batteries. Recharge on off. Eight, 7, 8. Oh, God. Well, I guess we won't go test it very soon, huh? Let's land and rebuild that. Really? This didn't even fill it, did it? Oh, it did. It knocked a couple pieces of blue glass off. Really wrecked the mining rig, but you know. Hey, I do say it's Space Engineers Chaos, right? I forgot to set that to depressurize. Fill that cabin up with oxygen. Alright. To be fair, I won't be landing it like that pretty much ever. Alright, let's set up our controls. For toolbar 1. We want 2 blocks. Drills. For toolbar 2. Grinders. For toolbar... Actually, for toolbar 1. Not GK. Drills. Just all the drills. Save as a group. Drills. Inventory. I'm sorry, G. Group. Drills. Toggle on off. Toggle terrain clearing on off. Now. Inset connector. Switch lock. Can you dampeners on off this way? No. So I've just got to remember dampers on off. Okay. Now. Groups. Drill hinges. Reverse. Grinder hinges. Reverse. Now back to the other control bar. Reverse and reverse. Yes. And K grinder hinges. Yeah, those. They are currently all at negative 88. They need to have an upper limit of 0. Okay. Now, turn my dampeners on. Man, that's a lot of thrust. Alright. So... wrong button. There's our grinders come out. And stop. And then we switch the places of the two groups. Can't believe it's taken me 2 weeks to do this. Or two streams to do this. But, as you can see, it works well. And actually, there's one more thing I need to do. All hinges. This actually goes for every hinge. Braking torque. Dumb amount of braking torque. Then G. No, not G. K. All hinges. Save. Close. G. Groups. All hinges. Toggle on off. Do that on both blocks. Now what this is going to do is make sure I don't fat finger anything. And lock them so that we're not got any issues with weight. 5. Okay. Now, thrust directions. Backwards, up, and sideways. I did max out. $71 going that way. 73. So back and up are both enough to max me out. That's not great. Once we play with our... try to see about this ice. Some way, a good way to test the weight capacity of this wire at the same time. It seems to do all right when you're terrain clearing. Is not my issue, ever. Oh, but that's an issue. We forgot something. Got something pretty important for a mining ship. Fortunately, it's also something that's really easy to fix. What is the best way to do this? Can't do that because the lights, the drills hit it. I really think my best, and pretty much only bet is to go with... No, I know which ones. Grab these. I know what to do. I know what to do. Right here. If you'll show me which one, show me the one I'm picking. This is the one I want. I can't tell until it shows me. Yay, it is the one I want. Took it long enough to figure it out. Oh, one more. I don't want to miss this one right here. This one right there. There we go. Now I'll be able to see. Wish that drill's bottom was not right in my line of sight. I just saw a hint of ice. Come on, what's ice? I had this problem with the other at the oasis I did mine out. I think I'm too deep. I think I followed that down and I am too deep. Alright, fine. It's like if I missed anyone's comment, I've not been paying very good attention to chat today. No, it doesn't look like it. It's worth checking, though. Alright, we are into ice. So, we turn our train clear off. And we go straight forward. Down, try to get as much of the ice as possible. Pop in the first person so we can really see for sure. Centering ourselves on that ice as much as possible. This, in my opinion, is the real test of a miner. When you fly it straight forward, will it fly into the hole it mines on its own? Not the train clear hole. This hole. This ship is going to pass the test. Actually, with lots of room on top. And a fair amount on bottom, too. Which is good news.
Meteor storm inbound.
That makes me a little nervous. Considering I'm in a small grid. Mining shuttle, which is barely below the dirt. Here is to fill it all the way to the brim. I mean all the way. Every drill, every grinder, every cargo container, just crammed full. Which looks like we've accomplished. back out of the hole. Which is showing that I did indeed fit through the actual mining depth hole, or mining diameter hole. And we go up. No real issues. This is something that's best done in... This next test is best done in creative. But we're not playing in creative, so... Let's get us some height to double check here. Alright, what we're getting ready to do now is check our angles. How far we can lean each direction before we lose altitude. At full capacity. Not far. Definitely could. I wish we could have a little bit more going that direction. Yeah, they don't hold as much sideways as I would like. Alright, now let's try tipping forward. How far? Alright, we can go almost vertical that way, so that's not an issue. We have plenty going that direction. Same with going forward, we can get almost vertical. Now, I think we're alright with this. Like, it would be nice if we had some more battery. And given how much lift we have, we probably can get it. This is where we're really going to test if I have enough, how the up thrust works. Do I have enough to safely slide this craft right in here? Without smashing off we do. Alright, so actually I think we're just going to leave it as it is. Set. Alright, ready? 9Z8. And that's that. Alright, so we got our mining brick, or our utility ship, or whatever you want to call it. It might get some more iterations in the future, but it works. Going on over here? There we go. Okay. Now it is, we have a little over an hour left today. The real question is, do we have room to progress from here? Because I'd like to start our combat ship, which is actually going to be several combat ships. Because I'd like to make one ship for me to fly that also had a couple of drones that can be dropped off when I got into a combat area to deal with trouble. That way, I'm not reliant on me to deal with trouble. Oh. Hey, Scott. Nice to see you, too. Or I should say, hey, yeah, I guess. Okay, let's see. What's the direction to go from here? Unlike on our utility ship, we don't want a whole lot of cargo, we don't want a whole lot of weight. This is just a combat vehicle. So we are going to give it a little bit of cargo, not much. We'll just do a medium. And actually, medium doesn't work well because of poor conveying. I think I used to love these because of their conveying. Modular it is. I'm telling you, I use the modular almost all the time because it's got the best slots. When it comes to small cargo, or small grid cargo, it is the only one with 4 directions of conveyage. Full directions of large conveyage, I should say. Which isn't a huge deal in the case of a combat vehicle like this, but I want it for the layout I want. And we are going to use the large, we're going to use the fighter cockpit for for a fighter because, you know, it fits. How are we looking magnesium wise? Not very much there. What do we have? I had A, M, and O. Not a lot of GAT. There's 5.6k of mag. Thinking about it. Actually, am really low on magnesium here, aren't I? One brief second while I gotta go AFK for a second, guys. Alright, I'm back. Sorry. Let's see. Do I have any magnesium at all, or am I going to be going out and using my brand new miner? A few assault cannon shells. Some rocket launchers. Not really a lot in the way of magnesium, do I? Because it didn't even come up in my refinery. Yeah. Actually, all my batteries are looking like they're fully charged. Did I do that? No. I'm not really sure what is going on with my batteries. Basically, I want all the batteries, except for the back ones, on recharge. Then I will deal with them all later. We're powering everything using these guys, so we shouldn't have issues. I really don't know why I would be having issues. You can see all of my crops look grown again. When night falls here in a few minutes, we will go and take them out. Ooh. We are sitting right on the verge of power, apparently. Important lesson there. So, I mean, I'm running 3 engines and not keeping up for some reason. I wonder if I do this, if it'll fix it. K WHEL. All wheels off. K batteries. I'm gonna check. H2O2s. You guys are just sucking up all that extra power? No, you are at 100%. We have so much problems with power. I'll harvest all this before any of it dies, because I'm going to turn power off back here. Alright. Turn you off. Ditch that. Sorry, apparently that one's full. Ditch that. Eat that. Ditch that. H2. Apparently I need to ditch that and pick up those. Now. Shut that. Open this. That. Now by shutting down my farm plots, maybe. Shut these down. This is just temporary measures, obviously, to try to get some battery charging. You're another thing I can turn off for the moment. Alright, fine. I'm going to set you to recharge. Set the back one to recharge. How's that sound? Off the side is where I want to attach the small ones once I get that far. How are we going to give this thing shape? I think the best thing for me to do is go salt cannon for me to shoot. That is a big old tip on the top of, on that tip of the vent. Looks like a mosquito. Sorry. Let's grab a couple of gats if we decide to do any kind of fighting with little guys. Dog fighting is the word I'm looking for. Okay. That is my direct combat capabilities. I, because of my eyesight, suck at direct combat capability. However, to exceed, we want what do we want to put on here? Alright, it's right in your ear. Rockets aren't good. I'm not using rockets. The assault cannon could be chained up to the others. It might be fine. So with autocannon. They both are connected via small connector only, though. Sorry. Again. That might be the solution. Grab this guy right here. Look in that direction. Weld him off. Now then. No, because it goes out the full width even still. And if I go with a gat turret off to the side, the weather did me in. Maybe it's late enough in the day to let me sleep. Lets me sleep, it should also clear off the storm. Oh, good. Now, maybe I can, put these two batteries back on recharge. I know. I had an idea. It's a goofy idea, but it's an idea. Let's make the ship wider than I meant for it to be, but, you know. Weird things happen every day. Again, put the Gatling gun right there. And right there. And right there. Now. G. No, that's 7 already. It's only number 7. There we go. Now, for taking care of ground guys, the assault cannon, again, would be the way to go. I need a way to hook to it underneath. So, that won't fit directly there. Not quite. Okay. So we go out one here. Connect it there. I guess I need the full conveyor pods here. Conveyor frame. That would give me a connection point for an assault cannon turret. Actually, I have the assault cannon for sniping. Let's just put an auto cannon turret. I actually think I'm hitting the ground. I am. Darn it.
Inventory full.
Alright, let's try it again. Yes, I'm coming back to check and see how you guys are doing. Power is such an issue, and I don't know why. There is no reason for my power to be that bad.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
You wouldn't think the kelp farms use hardly any power. Control G. like rearranging stuff on the fly in the middle of something else you're doing, because trying to fix problems, they're creeping up as you go.
Inventory full.
This would be a job that would freak out most people in real life. It'd freak out almost everybody in real life. I, on the other hand, would think it was hilarious. It would be awesome. Because I am weird, like thing, for fun. Alright. We greatly reduced our kelp production, but I don't think it's an issue. We do have the farm now. Man, it's getting straight vertical. We have the farm. We have food. We have tons of kelp already made. So it's really not that big of a deal that we lose a few kelp farms. Or algae farms. Since kelp and algae is the same thing in this game, even though kelp and algae are two completely... You guys are probably tired of hearing me complain about that. Only a nerd would sit here and argue that often about the difference between kelp and algae. I guess it's also fair to say only a nerd would be sitting here playing Space Engineers, so I am what I is. Now, I could take that camera off, then I would have to completely reset up the thing, and I don't want to do that. So, I'm not going to. That way. Of course, that one's not facing the right direction. Nah, it's because T got pushed. There we go.
Inventory full.
Some of this almost looks like I know what I'm doing. Wish it were true, but at least it looks like it. When I built this, I was starving, so it seems like I may have overcompensated. I think my son just got home from college. As our dog is barking.
Inventory full.
You will shut up in just a minute if you can start healing it after I shut the door.
Inventory full.
So much kelp falling out of here.
Inventory full.
Boom. Alright. A couple more solar panels to replace the algae farms we took out. And my solar cell, while not getting much bigger, now produces a lot more power. Okay, now let's go down looking for kelp, which is all over the ground. No shortage of kelp. Or algae. Algae. Not kelp, it's algae. I have to be the only person that's an issue to. As you can see, I have a whole bunch of it just laying here now. Guess we can tell our food processor to just make algae. If there's algae there, turn algae into kelp, please. I beg of you. Alright. Now. We need it to be taller than it was. As much as I don't really want any height to this thing, I need it to have height. For me to do what I want with the guns. At least what I want to do after I tried it. Let's be over to the modular cargo container. Energy low. Ooh, I had some exposure too. Oh, I forgot to close my helmet, that's why. I guess if you close your helmet, you don't run into that issue, huh? Now then, we want the small conveyor to come out of here. We want, under conveyor, we want a conveyor converter here, going that direction. On the top, we want just a conveyor frame. Bottom, we are just going to want a small conveyor center. Weld all the conveyoring here up for weirdness. And how's our time looking? Oh, we're still good on time. Do the same thing on the other side. We got one of those. Conveyor converter going down. Conveyor frame going up. Small coming down. Alright. Now turrets. Autocannon turrets. One of each. Get those going down. And then GAT type 2. Centered right there. And centered right there. Now, even if I can't shoot, whatever's in front of me is going to get shot. And whatever's above me or behind me or below me. Which is important because I'm not a very good shot. So, now. Given that plan, I am going to change out how I did the front. Because I am not going to be shooting in a dogfight. I am going to be dodging in a dogfight. I'm not going to be shooting in a dogfight. I do not need dogfighting guns. Instead, I need my sniping guns. And nothing else. Now it doesn't look so much like a mosquito as it does, I have no idea what. The other question is, where and how am I fitting a small drone to this? Or two? I would love to be goofy and tell you I was going to build a plane that only flew in one direction. I may have actually said that originally. No, I was in the Areas of War playthrough. I was going to do that. But there is no way, after seeing how dangerous that pirate headquarters was, that I, at least with my skill set, could defeat that without having range advantage and assistance. And part of that is my eyesight. I understand that, but it does not change the fact that I admit I need more advantages than I have at the moment. Wish that was not so bloody tall. Like, half that would work for me. On the other hand, there's no reason the drone couldn't attach right here underneath, is there? None at all. I could attach the drone right here off this port, or off that, and the drone could literally sit directly under my cockpit. Alright, well, how would you build the drone? How would I build the drone? Really?
severe storm inbound.
Where's it at? Small cargo. Literally want one small cargo. That is all the cargo this thing gets. Then off of either side of here, it's a pair of gats. And that is all the guns it gets. Now then. Oh, here's fun stuff. Remote, or no, not a remote. I could put a remote on it, but that's not what I'm after. AI. Okay, AI. It's the rear panel. That's the right. Front. Okay. I feel like
Energy low.
recorder's not an issue. AI basic. Oh, for heaven's sake. That's where I want it right there. AI basic. Not recorder, we decided not using that one. AI offensive. And AI defensive. Started all this with the AI flight move in the back. That one's facing the wrong way. It's the AI basic. Gives us our AI. Thrusters. Ah, it's the wrong kind of thruster. This kind. Right. This thing is teeny. So I am gonna, and let's be honest, this direction thrust
Energy critical.
never critical. Unfortunately, my energy is. How are we doing on time? We got 30 minutes. Maybe I get everything done but the programming of the AI. Alright, so down thrust, not an issue. I mean, honestly, it's not an issue. But if you don't have it, for some reason the AI does not like it. So we give it an extra, we give it the down thrust anyway, just to give it, just so the computer knows what it's doing. Alright, now up thrust. We are going to use flat modes. Woo! That is, I hope, enough thrust. I have never made anything this small. So I am experimenting as I go here. Actually, you know what? I do want to put a remote block on here. Change mine. I'm putting a remote on. Right, like that. Now I can go a remote access. It doesn't have an antenna. Okay, remote access. Alright, fine. Okay. Remote. Control. Shut up. Yeah. Okay. Now, again, given that it is so tiny, we are going to use, wow, it'd be fast like that, I think. Four of these going forward and backward, or four of these going forward. Man. And then we're going to use to put it up on the guns, because the guns are likely to get shot off. Let's put it up here. Really where I want them? Where we'll put them. Alright, it makes it fast and forward, fast and up. And side to side. I hit the wrong buttons over and over into the... Out block these. Now. And it's lacking is batteries. Which remarkably I now have a spot to put it, but I didn't think about. I really should use the bigger batteries. I have no idea what this type of flight time will be with this. I'm gonna try it. Again, I've never made anything this tiny. Okay. I have no idea if this will work. I'll be honest, I have no clue. Let's see. What else would it need? It's got flight. It's got thrust in forward, back, left, right, up, and down. It's got all the directions thrust. It's got guns. Oh, this is dumb. We're gonna try it though. It needs a G. It needs a ANT. It needs an antenna. if they get cooked. Cook there, we cook there. Next one, do it there. That's a spot. It's a weird spot, but it'll work for this situation. Put it on this side.
How's it going?
All right, you know you're being streamed, right?
Oh well.
Meet my son, children, or boys and girls.
Have a good rest of your stream.
Okay, there's that. Alright, so now I hit K. I said Shift K to get me straight to that screen. Oh, I'm not streaming. I'm not streaming. I'm not broadcasting for me. There we go. Small grid. Take control. Turn that on. Oh, it doesn't have gyros. Good thing I tried this thing. It'll go on the other side, right off the boats. Have to go. This will have to move forward. Which means this will have to move. Put this in a better spot too. Alright, so G, slap a gyro on. And one gyro is going to be more than enough for this guy. Way more than enough.
Energy low.
Way more than enough. And then we'll stick you opposite it. Try to make it more balanced. Like that. And then yes, I do plan on greebling this. Actually, doesn't need even thrust going that direction. It needs a sum. Grid control. Where does it think it's going? Oh.
Energy
I put
low.
I looked at that wrong. Put the remote on correctly this time. Let's try again. much better. It does not have enough power to do up and forward at the same time.
Energy low.
Which sucks. Means he has to have a bigger battery. Which means the whole thing has to get bigger. Oh, back to the drawing board, which probably means we will do this next week instead. It's a cute little idea, though. Trying to keep it a small enough form factor to fit down here, though, is going to be rough. Especially having to put on a large battery. Did it seriously just do that to me? Really? And I don't even have any thrusters on my part of the plane. I'm just crashed the drone, but don't even have thrusters on my part. Oh well. Time to start again, right? Alright. So first things first, once you get a hold of the right thing, not that I'm going to turn it behind it. Switch lock. Unlike last time, we are not going to try to go off the bottom. Instead, we're going to go BATT. We'll put the battery off the bottom. The battery is literally the life or death of this particular drone, or this drone. It is a drone. It will be there. Now let's switch it to recharge. We can recharge while we are trying to figure this out. Here on the back, go ahead and start with the remote. There we go. And then a gyro. You have to be kidding me. Weather killed me. Killed my batteries. And killed my functionality, I should say. Almost not. Maybe I can just go to sleep and everything's gonna be alright. Yay! Sleep right through the storm. Turn this one back to recharge. Alright, G, we need not remote, antenna. Can I stick a parabolic right here? That's a no. We'll fit right there. It'd be nice if it would, but it won't. Almost I need steel plate. Oh, we'll slide right there. Talk about tight. But we could be that. Okay. Now what? Let's get my thrusters. There were 4 on the bottom of here. That. Okay. That's okay. Control. Dampeners off. Cut it out. That's got up and forward. nickel. Usually I know where there's some. And I would be able to get it. Well, I guess that's where we'll join up next time. We're after some nickels. Oh, good grief. It's official. At the end of every stream, I seem to do it. Apparently twice this stream. Oh dear. Okay, there. I was trying to get in a position to be standing right about there. Oh dear. Well, hopefully you'll join us next time for more Space Engineers Chaos. I'll see you Tuesday. As always, I am the Blind Gamer Guy. Join me next